May we have a roll call, please?
Commissioner Lauer.
Here.
Commissioner Pereira. I thought I heard somebody coming in. Commissioner Monday.
Here.
Commissioner Sharp. Here. Commissioner Vincent.
Here.
And Commissioner Petley.
Here.
And Commissioner Miles. She asked for the packet today, so she might be coming in, but she did say she wasn't coming in, so she might just be coming in.
Okay.
But you have a quorum.
Excellent.
Isn't that nice?
That is nice.
There was a long time in Parks and Rec, we didn't have a quorum, we didn't have meetings.
I missed many a meeting. First of all, I wanted to congratulate the mayor again, since I wasn't at any of the meetings, for being the new mayor again, continue.
No.
Thank you so
We're
much.
so happy about that.
Well, I am too.
He doesn't even live here.
Grateful.
My mental vote counted.
Okay.
There you go, Robert doesn't live here either.
There she is.
You're over there by Zoe, Loretta, but you might wanna take this chair, because I think that one is the sinking chair.
And we don't have any minutes to approve.
No.
So,
We'll have one or two sets for the next meeting, I
Sure.
promise.
not a problem. Okay, so unfinished business. Let's talk about the trail bridges.
Oh, I don't have
Your
pictures.
pictures?
They're done! In my office, and when you turn inside the door, there's those stacks of files on the bottom, one says Gina.
Okay.
With the packet with the bid document has a
Okay.
picture on the back side. Kenny saw it last night.
Yes.
Finally. And apparently they did this, they had to just finish up the stairs to the bridges, but they have one last stair to do, they finished that according to Paul yesterday.
Excellent.
So I think, I don't know, they might have a few final things to do, but the bridges are done, and boy, I'm gonna go down there and look this week if they look for it. We haven't opened up the trail yet, probably not until after next week,
Right, thank you.
because they have to do some, minor. Mother Nature's gonna take care of the trail, but they do have to fill in some places with gravel and.
Mhm.
Just regular trail maintenance.
Yeah, because of the ruts and everything like that. I'll talk to you when we start talking about the commemorative program, about what's happening with the grass that they
Sure.
tore up so badly, that made me cry when I saw it, but then I thought, oh, opportunity. So, I'll tell you what that is, so she brings the picture of the pass those around, but, yay, finally, they did actually, blow past their deadline.
Excellent.
That's why I'm working on an angle, me and our city engineers working on an angle to get,
Perfect.
so, yeah. So we can find you, or you can do the trail for us, so. Anyway, so that's what's going on, so very, very exciting.
Okay, we'll come back to that when we get some pictures.
Yep.
Let's talk about the movies update.
I got no good news.
Well, share what you have, please.
So, let's recap. I think it was before the last meeting, I had met with the city guys down at our community hall, and we took a bunch of measurements, there were a lot of calculations, determined where the screen needed to be hung. At that point, they hadn't picked up the screen yet, they did pick it up not long after that. But on the 31st, October 31st, when we had the witch thing, and I was down at the city hall, or community hall, and saw that the screen still had not been hung. And so I reached out to Kim, and apparently there was some sort of miscommunication. I walked out of that meeting with the maintenance guys feeling like we had absolutely 100% determined where the screen was going to be hung and how they were going to hang it. And that has still never happened. So in the meantime, then I thought, okay, because I just found all this out last week, I thought, okay, then to speed things up, I'll get a hold of my theater tech guy in Portland, see if he can come down at the same time we can get the guys in for maintenance to hang the screen. Because he was also, I found that I do not have the proper receiver for this equipment. And he had offered to donate one and to come down and help me get everything wrapped up. So I reached out to him, and unfortunately, they are wintering in Palm Springs, and will not be back until March.
Wintering in Palm Springs.
Yes. Apparently that's what he got to do when he sold his business.
Yeah, good for him.
So, yes, exactly, but he's still on board to help out with all that, but it's not gonna happen until March now.
Well, that brings me to something that I had talked to a couple other members and didn't break any rules, just different times. And we were actually thinking that it might be a little bit too much rushing right now with the holidays and everything else. And we should maybe even with the weather, start it as a spring fling.
I think that's a brilliant idea.
Because that way
I
you'll
really
know
do.
also whether or not you've sold your business.
Right.
And then we can take it from there. What do you guys think about that?
Well, and another thing that I spoke to Kim about last week was budgeting, because I have to express my concerns about that, whether or not this will be even sustainable.
Right.
And she gave me the outline of when we will get requests to submit what we might be looking for budget for our commission. So, and I think that was in March, correct, Kim? March will be the
committees and
beginning of the
commissions will
input
be
for.
asked to provide input
That's
on
very
things
nice.
they want,
Right.
things they want to do next year
Mhm.
and ask for a budget. I mean, I put a budget together, we're fine with our budget this year, so we could do anything we need to do on that this year. But if we wanna do something more, something different, like the crowd feed,
Mhm.
then we're gonna have to have an idea of what that will cost.
Okay.
And submit a budget for that, assuming the council approves you guys picking it up, so.
I guess the only question is, how do we know what's in that budget as a commission, so, you know, maybe how.
Sure, I can do that, I can tell you right off the front that 5,000 was put in the budget for community events this year. So. I
You're
haven't
supposed
looked
to-
for a while, we spent some money for Pepperooza, we spent some money for National Night Out, but not terribly, so I'm sure we have probably, I'm sure we probably have about 3,000,
And
give or take.
like we talked about the crab feed a couple of years ago, it cost X amount per crab, but we more than made up, we got it back. But you still increase the budget. And then once we decide on it, we talk to council, if we decide on that, then we'll go to, talk to a couple different places about the best price and what have you, and take it from there. And again, it's gonna, when it gets to that point, we'll talk about whether or not we wanna crack the backs and clean them out, or whether we would want them cleaned up and.
Kenny can tell you whether you wanna crack the backs and clean them out, and
Yeah.
Kathy can too, I
Yeah.
think.
What month is it usually?
April?
April, third week in April,
Mhm.
third Saturday in April.
right before Easter this year.
Right.
About the,
That's why I moved it to the 4th. Okay, so, we don't have to do it this way, but remind me when we get to the crowd feed to talk to you guys about the date. There's a reason why Kathy was asking me, and I couldn't remember why I moved it to the 4th, and it just recalled me, you said Easter why.
Okay, well, we are actually on crab feed. So,
Did we finish talking about the movies?
Yeah.
We just decided to,
we're just gonna table until next year.
Okay, so here's the thing, the city is not going to do this movies, we're not gonna, somebody needs to coordinate it with Paul about when that screen goes up and everything like that.
Right.
So, you guys, it's too much extra work for
Yeah.
us to be on here to do that, so as I told Loretta, this was her baby, she really wanted to do this, so we weren't going to take the lead in any way on this.
Right.
Correct,
So Paul, she's got Paul's number now,
right.
so hopefully, well in advance of when we're ready to do this.
Yeah.
This will be recorded, because it's not gonna take us long to put this.
Well,
project this screen
I
up.
think what you might have missed when you stepped out was, my theater tech is in Palm Springs.
Yeah, you
with
said
her.
that, so,
And-
did you hear that?
Yeah. And what I
We're
would
tabling it
like-
till spring.
Yeah, what I would like to have happen is, this is how he has to bring equipment down anyway, and he's gonna help me set it all up and make sure everything runs properly. I would like to coordinate a time with him when you can come also, so that then everybody is 100% on where the screen needs to go. Okay, so, but that's probably not, he's not gonna be back until March,
okay.
so,
So
yeah.
what do you guys decide even at that time? Billy's not here, the screen is where is the screen? Is it currently in
It's in
the
the-
sanctum?
No.
Okay.
It's over here.
We were gonna have the event, we were gonna put it in the sanctum, but until we get closer to that, we'll just keep it right here. So, it was donated, so that's,
Right.
we're not gonna give it back to them because we replaced the return period, so
Yeah, we're good.
we're gonna accept it as a donation, so even if, we could end up doing something with it, I don't know yet, so. And then we'll get the blinds too. Blinds will have sale pretty soon,
Yeah.
so. So we'll get the blinds in before all that.
Yeah, makes more sense.
I haven't promoted it at all since
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
since we haven't done anything, I just stopped promoting it and talked about it, so
Yeah.
nobody really knows it's coming, so we're not gonna hurt anything by it.
It's just better to focus on, let the holidays happen, and then
Yeah.
just focus on spring, summer, make it a really big thing.
And then once, if we do it in the spring and summer, I think that'll attract
I
more
do too.
people to it, and then by next autumn, winter, it might
Right.
have a little
It
bit
might
more of
have
like,
momentum.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm disappointed and I am humbled to disappoint the group. But it is what it is.
I, for one, am not disappointed, because there's so much going on right now, and
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it, but next,
Thank
after
you.
next year.
I mean, you feel
Thank
better,
you.
thank you.
I would suggest after the crab feed.
Yeah,
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
yeah, like,
Because I'm
like
sure we'll get
May-ish,
into that too.
yeah, good idea. Okay, speaking of crab feed, what date did you wanna talk about?
Okay, so I was told
Mhm.
by Carla that traditionally, when the crab feed was around Easter, it was held the weekend following.
I'm sorry, that's not true.
Okay,
I have worked the crab feed for,
I'm happy to go with yours, but that's what she told me, and said, oh, it gets moved. Okay,
What-
third,
I did have a few people when I posted on Facebook and some of the community pages, I had a couple people mention that is right by Easter, not people saying that there was a specific conflict, but just pointing out that there might be a conflict for some people because of it.
I don't know, I don't remember it being Easter last year, but then my Easter floats around.
We didn't really do anything last year. They did their
Oh,
own
the
thing.
year before,
Yeah.
right, that first year.
This year before that I worked it, wasn't last year, the year before,
Yeah.
it was.
So
What is
the
Easter next
date?
year?
Third Saturday and,
Oh,
thank
so
you.
it's the day before Easter.
Yes.
So it's been on Easter weekend in the past.
Yeah,
it has, yeah.
Okay.
and
if
it was
anything, we're gonna have
hugely
more people.
successful.
I don't think,
It was hugely
Yeah.
successful.
I don't think we need to change that, so tentatively April 20th.
Third weekend in April.
It's a Saturday, so it's
Right.
a Saturday?
Yeah.
It's a nice-
It's the Saturday before.
They can
Easter.
have crab before their
Oh, it's
ham and turkey.
420, we can get everybody loaded,
Right,
with
yeah.
crab.
What was the date on that?
And then
Sorry?
Friday
April
shows
20th.
up, and
Yeah.
then shows up
We're doing it
on
Saturday.
It's Saturday.
Saturday's 20th.
Oh, Saturday.
Okay, well, the third Saturday, the day before Easter, so.
Makes sense.
That's
April
easy to remember.
2025?
Yeah.
20th.
April is the 20th is Sunday.
Yeah.
It's the third Saturday.
All right, so the 19th.
19th.
Thank you, I don't have the calendar in front of me, third
I
Saturday.
even looked at it and I saw Friday the 20th.
And it's usually what time, Kathy? It's usually what time?
Usually we started about, people start lining up at 10 o'clock, but we usually start serving at 11,
Okay,
and then 11 to 4.
so the serving time is 11 to 4.
Now, speaking from like 2 years ago, whenever we ran out, about an hour before, wasn't bad. Do you think that's still a good time, or do you wanna make it 11 to 3? And then take your distractions after that?
Until you run out.
Hmm.
Because, in the past, we had so many people that
Right.
would
Oh,
come
yeah.
by and to get it to go for their dinner.
Oh, that's right, yeah, I do know
And
that.
it's a huge selling point.
All right, good.
Available to go.
Yep.
Unless we're sold out.
Perfect.
Well, do you know how many, I know she reported it, how many crab were ordered that year?
We did what, 600 that?
700.
Yeah, 700.
She was gonna do 400, and I says, well, that'll last you about 2 hours.
Yeah, I remember that conversation.
I remember that, I remember they had to hustle to go get more.
That was the beginning of the end.
Is 700 a good number? I mean,
You know, if we do promotions, if we did TV ads,
Right.
maybe.
You know, we have to hit those other, all the different senior centers like we did last time,
right,
because they really had those buses coming in.
okay, so, maybe Zoe could tell us about the, how successful she's been with the
Yeah.
Facebook check to see about volunteers?
Yeah, so I just did a tentative reach out on some of the community pages. I've got a really good response. I have over 20 people directly reaching out confirming that they would volunteer.
Excellent.
And a lot of those people said that they were reaching out on behalf of a group also. that
Oh,
they-
good.
Multiple
Wow.
people are gonna be volunteering with that one person, and I got all of their
Thank you,
emails
Lisa.
down.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, and I reached out to everybody individually and let them know, thanks for, saying you're gonna volunteer, we're gonna reach out when we're moving forward a little bit more with planning, but really great response, so I was really excited about it.
That's wonderful.
One of the neat things, so talking about the next steps.
Yeah.
Is the commission on board with going to the council on December 3rd and asking to take the crab feed? To do the crab feed?
Yeah, we talked about that.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll put something together, and Robert, and as many of you that can
Yeah.
attend, please attend. And I'm thinking, wouldn't it be cool to have some of those volunteers who
Yeah.
said they would participate?
In the audience,
Maybe either come Zoom in or come in the audience and say, we are on board.
Yeah, I can reach out to everybody who messaged me and put that.
I think
feeler
that will make that will set a really
That'll be
good
a
message.
statement.
That'll be
Yeah.
a really good message that the council would really benefit from hearing, so.
And that's on the 3rd.
The 3rd at 6 p.m. So I'll work with Robert, just to make sure we have the presentation. So we've got the details, we've got the date, we've got volunteers, we got a volunteer report on that. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all we need to do.
good timing, because 3 days after that is the lighting, Christmas tree lighting.
Right.
Yeah, everybody will be invested in there.
Yeah, right? Busy,
Yeah.
busy.
So that sounds good, so just mark December 3rd, if you can
Yeah.
come and give Robert your support, and, show your support to the council that you're on board, because I think what they're worried about is this ends up all being on city staff,
Right.
and while we will help, of course we will help, I think they're worried that it'll end up on city staff.
Yeah.
So,
And real quick, and one of the commissioners was mentioning that she reached out to some people that might want to do possible beer garden.
Yeah,
and stuff.
I've had a couple of people say things like,
Really?
we could do the,
Have we ever
Depoe
done
Road would do a beer
Yeah.
garden,
Yeah,
yeah.
well, the Horn used to do it.
where would it be?
Oh, we usually set it outside on the little patio area,
Oh,
and so that it's restricted and we do a little beer garden.
I wondered about that, I thought about
That
it.
was
Right.
really
Yeah.
fun.
Well, last
I
year was
don't know
kind
if it
of,
was very profitable.
I think that, they're just ready, they wanna, be there for the community and wanna be there to support, so
That's awesome.
it's a whole different
Yeah.
vibe since things are changing.
yeah,
That's Clary?
yes.
So they did the 50th anniversary.
Yeah, they did the anniversary,
so-
that went really
That
well.
went well, that
Yeah,
was
the
fun.
brewer would be there to help and.
We would definitely get more attention
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's
From the
something
lo-
that,
from the locals.
yeah,
Yeah.
and not just, putting some social media posts and, from the city or from the council, our commission here, but we could also promote it, if we're gonna do a beer garden there, we could say, we're gonna be here on this day, come.
Yeah, we get a
visit.
shout out from Channel 12 and other places in Oregon. Once you mention beer garden,
Yeah,
all of a sudden they were much more excited.
yeah.
Well, the other thing is that I discussed with the council last night, KATU is they have some kind of a commercial discount program. That the council's interested in, so it's like half of
Perfect.
what their normal price would be. So I'm gonna explore options on that, but if we know what our dates are, we can say this will be part of this.
This would be an idea too, about the crab feed of the whole community or the whole Depoe Bay getting involved, not just the community center. I mean, just like we were saying about the spouting horn, with whatever, you could, it might be too much, but involve the whole city.
I was thinking of maybe, cause I have a lot of contacts with the other, the restaurants in town, is maybe going and asking if anybody is willing to create like a crab special for the weekend, and then we can kind of maybe cross promote that with the crab feed, like if, after the event's done, you're looking to go to dinner.
Need more
you're gonna
crab?
go- Yeah, more crab, go to these restaurants and these are their crab specials that they're gonna be doing for the
Oh,
day.
I love that.
Cause that's
idea.
something
I do too.
we've tried to do in
Yeah.
the past with
That's
salmon
good.
bake and with crab feed is on those weekends, we try and make, a salmon special for the salmon bake or a crab special for
We've
the crab
already
feed.
got their audience.
Right.
Exactly.
Here. So, it's like when I was here a couple of years ago, at Cleaning Crab, I see people just come, what do we do? Which way do they go? But if there's more things other than.
Oh, absolutely.
Do you have a connection to Whale Bites?
I do.
Yes,
Okay,
good, Josh.
okay, cause if not, I would get you a connection.
yeah, I have
because-
connections to Whale Bites, Tidal Rates, Chowder Bowl, CHAG, obviously,
Right.
the Horn,
Good.
and can reach out to the others as well.
That's wonderful.
Speaking of CHAG and, Will Bites, I think they're the only places that serve breakfast in town, so we wanna feature that for people who are spending the weekend here.
Yeah, exactly, like we could just have a flyer, part of the flyer,
That'd be
like
cool.
visit these local businesses for, crab themed
Crab
specials.
breakfast,
I think
crab-
yeah.
crab feed,
Crab
crab feed.
Benedict, crab Benedict over
Crab
there.
mania.
Well, the thing is that since we're having,
That's good.
the main event is
Right.
crab feed on Saturday, they could make this a weekend.
Exactly, yeah, it'll be weekend specials.
Are the restaurants open on Easter Sunday?
Yeah,
I think so.
And I think
most
if
will be
we,
open.
I don't know about well bites, but if you position it as a way to come up with a crab breakfast
Yeah,
and
well, I see it, Josh.
you'll promote it, they might open for that day, or
Exactly.
not open, you
Yeah.
know.
And a lot of the restaurants do it anyway, or
Yeah.
they might do it but not necessarily promote it, but if
Right.
we could on our end, just to say like, hey, cause it does bring a lot of business over, so we always
Absolutely.
factor in crab feed weekends are gonna be busier, so we ramp up ordering, we ramp up staff,
Mhm.
so we're prepared, and I think it could be a
I
really
think
good way
the
to
commission-
integrate.
Commission should get some t-shirts for other people, I got crabs in Depot Bay.
No,
Yeah.
no.
They would sell like
They
hotcakes.
do, they do sell
People
it.
buy that
Yeah.
stuff. That'd be like Carrie's t-shirt is I got flu.
Oh.
So if your purse string covers the L.
Oh,
I
yeah.
get questions from people in the grocery store.
Well, just,
Have you
What does
seen
your
the
shirt
Yaquina Bay Oyster Farm hoodies that they make over
What do you
there?
say?
I can't say it in here. I can't say it.
Is that right?
I can't
Well,
say
now
it.
I'm dying of
We'll see-
curiosity.
we'll see that
You have to whisper
Yeah,
to us.
I'll whisper later, I mean, it's.
Well,
It just says
if the council would approve it, we can do it.
Remember, tell me,
yeah,
I'll write it down and pass it across.
There you go.
that's funny.
I would prefer to get council blessing on having that type of t-shirt, but
That's totally
sure,
fine.
there's no reason not to
I
have
think
one.
satire is a fun thing, get people involved. I mean, I'd be the first one to model it, and I have no problem
Depot
with it.
Bay, annual crowd feed 2024 or something like that.
Yeah.
And then you just have like a little tagline and.
Oh, cute little crab. You know,
Yeah.
I got crabs at Depot, I think it's cute.
Yeah, I can come up with a couple designs too,
Yeah.
I can design a lot of t-shirts.
That'd be
for-
fun.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
That would
It'll
be
be
cool.
fun. So, okay, so once the council blesses this,
But what are your thoughts? I mean, honestly, I don't think they're gonna have an issue not blessing it.
I think you will have opposition from one person.
Really?
Because that's the same person that got put in the ordinance that you guys could not work on the crab feed,
Ah.
salmon bake. But I think if you present it in such a way, you'll have enough support from everybody else.
Right.
That voice will not be.
I think 4-1 or 5 will be fine.
Yeah.
Well,
I think it'll be-
to
I think it'll be
promote is that any funds over expenses would come back to the city, and Kim had a great idea. We could build a little war chest for
Yes.
the following year.
Right.
And then if we do have any extra funds, we could actually do community projects, like around the community center, that needs to be paid one
Yeah.
of these days, and we don't have it in the budget. So what if we took
Right.
some funds and did projects around the
To
city?
put back to the community.
That's a great idea.
That is a good
And
idea.
they'll be all for it too.
So that's a good way
Yeah.
to make sure that it's positioned in that.
But we'll just get the verbiage correct and the bullet points and,
especially if we put the whole town involved with it, not just, I mean, everybody.
give them the opportunity.
So if the opportunity
Yeah.
for everybody to make money.
I think things
Yeah,
have
We
changed
have to
enough
be plenty of it.
now that the chamber is
Yeah.
obvious, the chamber is not here.
It's not even talked about much anymore, which is great.
Right, so, I think that probably changed things up. I think if we can get a good showing of volunteers.
Yeah, I'm excited about that,
Having the
so
support
it's
from the
great.
commission that says, yes, we will do the work.
Right.
We will lead the city will help, but we'll do.
Before we even move on, I know we talked about it before, but how do you guys feel about taking it on? Todd?
Absolutely.
$100%.
Okay,
I'm ready to can,
I think we're maybe trying to, maybe avoid that part.
You and Casey again.
Where did we get the crab from?
Do you remember where I got it from 2 years ago?
Pacific Seafood, I believe, was.
Yeah, Newport.
used or-
Okay, cause I have a couple contacts with the seafood
Oh,
too,
you
so I
do,
could
okay.
maybe
Yeah.
See if we can
Good,
get some sort of,
multiple quotes.
yeah, deal,
Definitely, yeah,
some sort of
Definitely reach
donation
out
and
and I'll
something
see if
like
they'll
that.
have it clean, it'd be great.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, Neil Thomas, so Neil Thomas.
That's take up
So I
so
think
much
what's gonna
time.
end up happening is that Kathy's done this before, so Kathy will be.
Oh, yeah.
She will be your project team.
Absolutely.
That sound good?
Ideas.
Well, listen, they'll do all the work, you just lead them.
That's right, you crack the whip.
You just
You crack the whip.
You just
I
point.
can do it.
So,
Yeah.
so when we, request quotes for the crab, is there the possibility to, I've not ever been involved in the crab feed before. Is there the possibility to offer whoever we wind up buying it from, a sponsorship banner or something like that they would give us a cut on the overall price?
There is no reason why
Yeah.
you couldn't come up with any kind of sponsorship
Right.
level, that thing that you want.
Well, that's an excellent
Yeah.
idea.
Because you would say, okay, gold sponsor is $5,000.
When
And
I,
here's what you get as the gold sponsor.
right,
And we're still
When I
paying for
was-
the crabs. And we're still paying for the crab.
right,
Right.
Yeah.
You know, so that's definitely an option, because that would help fund the first year especially,
Right.
since we don't have a bucket of funds available to us.
Do we have those banners left from the crab feed that we used to have?
There's a lot of stuff out there, so.
Is there? Okay, so maybe
Yeah.
you and I.
As long as
We'll
it
have to
doesn't,
go get an
We would
inventory.
need to get an
as
inventory.
long as it
Yeah.
doesn't say chamber or anything like that on them.
Well, yeah,
yeah, no curse words.
You'll have to go through them.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's
So,
good.
along the same lines, when I used to run a film festival, we approached television and cable stations to do an in-kind ad trade for sponsorship also, and we had pretty good luck with that.
Well, you're in charge of advertising.
No, I hate that. I would work with you, but
Definitely.
yeah, no.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
then
that, or
that-
even local radio, going to maybe
Yeah.
some of the local
Exactly.
radio stations.
Here, Morgan with Coke, but, and Valerie Sovereign, one of our counselors, has done advertising, promotion and marketing before. She may be willing to.
Yeah,
offer
she
I
would
work
be
with
great.
Kira right now, so yeah.
She'd be great to tap into for that, because she did a lot of that in Salem.
I've always said, since I've been here, that Depoe Bay has a lot of talented people.
Right.
You just have to find them and engage them.
Well, more than that, you have to let them feel appreciated, because
Well,
that's
that's
one
what our
thing.
picnic in the park is for, every
Yeah,
month, and we have that in September. That's our community recognition.
fun stuff. All right, I'm excited to talk about this next one, the community
Oh,
brick program.
so basically, you guys already worked out the details at the last meeting, I just need to put the form together and stuff like that. So what I'm trying to do is they tore up the park bad, because they waited due
Too
to
long.
several reasons too long, and it started pouring, and you guys know what it's like around there.
Hmm.
So I told you they they gave us a quote to do about four feet wide path down there. John, our city engineer, is going to work with them, compel them in some way, because they blew past our deadline. So we could be fining them $145 a day. I said, John, I want the gravel path either greatly reduced or free. So John's working on that, so I'm hoping that we do that, but that means that any money that comes in for the bricks would go into a kitty to
Right.
maintain the bricks, to keep those up to date. And we could use it to put it in the kitty to, either put it in the kitty for community events,
Mhm.
or put it in the kitty for community events and park maintenance, our scenic land parks maintenance, so.
Just real quick, I thought we said 5 foot, not 4 foot.
Gina, do you remember?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Do you remember if we agreed a 5 foot or 4 foot wide path down to for the commemorative bricks? I didn't bring my paperwork with me.
A referral?
For the width of the path that's going back for the commemorative brick program.
Mhm.
Oh, No, I do not know the
We
width
were
of
saying for
path.
wheelchairs and everything else, wanted to make it
I know
5
he
feet.
said 5 or 6 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we had a
to
six
several on
foot,
that.
I thought
Okay.
there was a quote for an 8 foot and then a 6 foot.
Okay, so
Okay.
I think that's what we said, okay.
Yeah.
Never mind, thank you, Tina, so I think that's where we were, 8 foot way
Sorry
too
about
wide.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think 6
I think we were
foot
talking
was
about
what
5 or 6 feet,
Yeah.
so just seeing what, cause I wanna make sure that whatever we put back there is with any realms of conditions that our engineer says it is, so.
Right.
So I haven't bugged him
Mm.
about this because apparently the principal for the construction company is hunting. Maybe he'll be back.
And maybe he'll be in a good mood or not.
Well, one of our crew went and he didn't catch anything. He walked 20 miles one day and 20 some miles another day, so. So hopefully the animals comes back.
Okay.
Well, he said they were hunkered down and hiding.
Do we agree on the size yet as far as the bricks? Did we say 4 by 6?
Yeah, you guys
or-
wanted the 4 by 6
Okay.
bricks.
And
So,
then-
although I spoke to, and this was just not planned at all, one of our developers came in to ask a question about one of his projects, and I had bricks sitting on the counter. I thought, I don't know how to see what people will say about it when they see it. And he was like, oh, I mean, he thought, he's done this program before, he thinks the program is great, he thought it was a great idea what we're gonna do with it. He gave me a suggestion to Google headstone makers along the coast, and he said, he thinks that the headstone makers local will do those bricks, and we can pay less for them, still sell them for like $50, whatever we said we would do, but our margin of what we
Oh,
would
good.
make would be better. So he just told me that an hour before the meeting, so I will Google search some more of that.
Sure.
We're not in a hurry to just jump
No.
start this right yet.
Mhm.
Even if they do anything with the path, it's probably past the we're in
Oh,
the
yeah.
holiday season, so.
When are we thinking that that we're gonna start taking orders and selling the bricks? Not when they're gonna be installed, but when will that be
Well,
announced?
I have a feeling we won't be in any position to have the Parks Commission, along with city staff, presented to the council until January.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
somebody, everything's gonna be after the holidays.
Okay,
I have a question
Yes,
on
sir.
that. Who's gonna be setting them?
you.
We are,
No, I just made
No,
that.
No,
up.
we actually had, I think
Because-
you had said you had somebody you talked to, or you were going to be talking to some people. It
Yeah.
wasn't gonna be our guys.
Depending on how many we get initially, we'll have somebody put a big batch in. So let's say we get 50. Whoever, we'll hire somebody to put 50 in.
because they do have different things
Uh-huh.
that you can put down to make it easier.
Yes, they
So I
have
don't
the
know if you guys have a
frames,
plan on that.
They do have the frames,
Yeah.
don't they? The 4x6 frames, that's a good idea for the going forward. Part of that's part of the details we have to work out with John, because if we're not gonna get the whole length of the trail.
Not right away.
Even, we're gonna get a lot, we're excited.
Yeah.
The developer, Jeff, just was like, I'll do several, he
Yeah.
says, this is a really good program, and he was really excited for us, does Jeff live here? I don't even know if he lives here, but he was really excited. Anyway, so we still gotta work out, because we're not gonna do the whole trail, so what happens to the rest of it? We have to protect the gravel, how do we protect it? So that's some of the details we need to work out, and maybe the frame is a better way to do it.
Maybe, yeah, and then do you guys collect so many and then put them all at once? You
Well,
know,
I'm thinking minimum
Because-
50 at a time.
If we
Whatever
do
the
that,
block is, whatever the
then we
block
can
is gonna be.
simply hire somebody to do it.
do it in stages.
Yeah,
maybe
measure
so many-
whatever
But
is
not
5 feet by 2 feet.
one at a time,
No.
No.
It's gotta be probably at least 100, whatever.
I
you get
don't know
like
about
5 foot by
100, but I
4
would
feet.
say big batch of them.
Yeah,
You know, before you jump in too fast on this, so, you know, you're gonna, I think we're gonna get a good initial boost, you know, of us. But I don't want, I mean, I'm thinking of myself, cause I am gonna buy a brick or two or whatever. I don't wanna buy a brick and then wait 2 years to have it put in.
Oh, no,
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
not gonna happen.
I'm just saying, can
Uh-huh.
we just, to wait for that batch to go in?
That's why we won't say 100,
Yeah.
not even for 50, maybe a pound, maybe we could do it from the, like, if we get, like, we say we want a 10 by 10 pound, I'm just throwing a number out there. Once that's filled, then we put it in.
right.
Do we know how many bricks it'll take to fill up that path of that?
I haven't asked the updated number because we need to figure out what size.
Uh-huh.
So, John, our engineer, will be here on Friday, so I'll talk to him and see if we get an updated number.
And are we laying them, how are they laid? Are they just put on the gravel or are they getting like cemented in is,
That guy had that information
Uh-huh.
with the instructions, but I'll be honest, I should give it to him, cause I didn't.
cause I was wondering if maybe we should get, I don't know if there's like placeholder bricks to where we could do the whole
Oh.
path and then slowly
Just not set them.
fill them
place
in,
them. That's
because
not
that
bad.
way,
That's
you know,
something.
we're not waiting a year for the path to be done, it's, the path is done, and then we can slowly put
That's
the
a
customized
lot
bricks
of
in.
placeholders. So we're talking about, what, 10,000 or?
Well, we don't know yet. I don't think it's gonna be that many, but we don't know how many people will buy these bricks.
No, I'm just saying.
So I can't, so if we say, I'm not gonna buy 10,000 placeholders.
No.
Even if he says we need 10,000 bricks, I'm not gonna buy 10,000 placeholders, because I know
No,
this is gonna have a really great impact once we roll it out.
Mhm.
and
I
you,
mean, and then we put it as something available on the city's website with the memorial brick program that goes on the thing, and that's still constantly, I
And you can-
mean,
Right.
it ebbs and flows.
yeah,
And I think this will also, I think as new people come to town and discover it, they might wanna buy bricks. I think as tourists come and discover it, and maybe they had a grandpa who used to fish out of Depoe Bay, it's gonna be an ongoing
Yeah,
project, I
something
think,
too, we could put like,
until it's complete.
yeah, we could put flyers like at the restaurants, see if like some of the
Right.
hotels would wanna put those in for, you know, cause we talked about doing the initial, like, open it up just to locals,
Right,
open it up
right.
just to the community. But after that, we could, you know,
You know,
Really promote it.
yeah,
this is probably putting the cart in front of the horse, but it'll never be complete in my mind. Why would it be?
Well, eventually we're
There's
gonna
all-
run out of gravel surface.
No, we got all kinds of room in parks and stuff. I'm just saying,
oh, you mean additional,
additional areas that we could put bricks in.
Oh.
So this is, instead of saying that there's a completing, well, let's never use that word.
well,
This, we could,
new path. What
Well,
they did in Burbank at one point, because they didn't really get enough, because there was a lot of bricks. They actually did a really nice stuff, we do like a series of 1,000, then they had a 6 foot by 8 foot patch of like a concrete, stamped concrete. Then they did the next batch, that way it just kept on, it was a pattern. And we did just what you did, as soon as they ran out, they did something else, yes, sir.
So I think it's a good idea, but you gotta stop and also think, we have the park benches, the memorial benches
Right.
and all that. What's gonna happen when those bricks get worn down?
Mm.
Are we gonna be responsible for replacing them? You know how families
I
come to
know
look
with
at their
these
stuff?
bricks, if you get the right kind of bricks, Jeff tells me
I know, I'm
they
just,
have a long wear period. And I would say it would be up to the people to replace them.
Yeah, you asked them first right of, replacement,
If I pay to have a brick put
yeah,
down in 10 years, I'll pay again to
Yeah, me
have
too.
the same brick put down.
$5 a year, you
People will
do
do that.
but there are families that do come by and look at stuff.
Agreed.
And
that's a good point.
if they're worn out or
Yeah.
whatever,
Oh, yeah,
they do. come
It's
by.
interesting because I didn't know that, this stuff that they pour in, you guys all saw it, right? That stuff they pour in is because of, when they didn't used to do it, the weather on the coast in some areas, the ice would freeze, crack, and they would crack the letters right out of it.
Oh, wow.
So that's when they went to this polymer that they put in there now, that extends the life. So it's not just engraving and leaving it as naked or painting, it's actual poly they pour in there that extends the life quite a bit.
so it stretches, flexes and contracts.
Yeah, it protects it,
I love
so I can speak to someone that knows a lot, I was really surprised, I was like, wow, okay, I'm gonna have to ask you for more information if I need it,
I
because
like
I've done this before.
That's gonna be great, gonna be a great.
He's also
program.
done fundraising, so he might
I
have some
think
advice
it's
for
great
us plans.
fundraising. We just keep it going.
Chocolate fundraiser.
Anything else happening on, you want to talk about, or can we move on to holiday?
Okay, I am almost finished the schedule of events, I didn't want to finish it until I knew for sure what we were doing in the movies, so I will email you, as things go out, but I forgot to, I told her I was gonna grab, just a reminder, let me get the calendar.
I'm gonna get one policy and then sweatshirt that said, Parks Committee on it.
Yeah, we talked about that last time, we'll bring it up again.
Oh,
See what
Okay,
people bring up.
Represent,
So-
the park commission on the committee?
Mhm.
There we go.
the holiday events start,
We'll bring it up in a second, but I'm sure they will.
this Saturday, if you have any interest, at the community hall, starting at 10 o'clock, the bridge wreath people will be, finishing decorating the wreaths. And are they hanging them this
Yep.
weekend? And then hanging them. I know that according to Ken and Hannah Rice, they've got 9 people signed up. I wish I could come, but I think I'm gonna have my ex in town because my mom is here and she wants to see him. I'm gonna try to squeeze away anyway. And we're close, we're friends. My ex and I were friends. And, anyway, so they could use, if you need something to do, come around.
What's the time again?
10 o'clock.
10 o'clock, and muffins and coffee,
There you go. I didn't know about that, but there you go.
not enough food.
If it's before 12, you gotta have one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, and I suspect there'll be more than just muffins.
This is Saturday,
Saturday, because people bring stuff over.
half an inch of rain.
And the 30th then is our decorating the community center.
Right, November 30th is decorating the community hall at 10 a.m.
And again, muffins and coffee.
And we have a beautiful new tree that replaces the 2
Oh, good.
older trees.
Oh, I have a question about the 30th. If somebody can't make that day because they're working, is there anything coming Friday to help out or doing something or no?
You'll probably be done by Thursday.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think it'll be done on Saturday.
Sorry?
Be done.
They'll be done on Saturday.
So
They're doing the
30th,
inside.
No, I'm working Saturday.
I know, that's what I'm saying, there won't be anything else to decorate
Oh.
in the community hall, they'll be done.
Well, then, let me know ahead of time so I can do it ahead of time.
So,
So 10 o'clock on 30th?
10 o'clock on the 30th, the guys are doing the outside, and they've got a plan for that, we had a discussion about what the guys would do to decorate the city. What they won't be doing is businesses this year.
Right.
That did not go well.
No.
Kathy, Kenny, Billy, who else? Todd ended up decorating the whole dang city
Yeah, it's just
themselves.
silly. You were gonna talk about this?
That's not.
We had fun though.
Yeah, we will get to that. Hang on a second, we will get to that.
We're gonna try and get the banners up next week.
Yeah, so those are the banners going up.
Very nice.
We have extra ones. They didn't get to go up last year, so this will be the first year they're up. The guys are gonna intersperse the banners with those, wood whales, the blue whales.
Mhm.
Sand
Nice,
hats
yeah.
and candy canes. We apparently have
Love it.
candy
Yeah.
canes, so.
Cool.
I do have an interest next year in possibly working with PUD to get the poles lighted and allow us to put lighted.
Nice.
down there. But that's going to be a process and I won't have time to start that until next year. So, the following weekend, at Friday at 5 p.m., we'll do the tree lighting.
What day is that?
The 6th on, the Friday the 6th
Mhm.
is the tree lighting. The kids, the NFK kids are gonna be there at 5 to do the Christmas carols. Santa is signed up, and his Mrs. Santa and Elf, correct? Santa signed up?
I don't know, I just got some bad news. Oh, I'm sorry.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Alright. Let me know, we might be able to find us a Santa. We have to find us a Santa, we gotta have a Santa.
We have Santa.
Oh, okay,
Still in Santa,
okay.
and he's,
Are we gonna get the fire department truck to be out there
I
again
hope
and let
so.
us have our
I
blow?
hope
It was so much fun. So I think we should start at 4 and start, maybe.
So we did last year.
things.
Directing
There will
traffic.
be, I was thinking about Nicole Clark, who kind of helps us with branding, knows of somebody that might have like a drink cart where we could have
Oh,
someone there to
really?
do like hot chocolate and.
well, we usually.
I know we do, we usually come up ourselves, and if
Yeah.
we don't have this drink cart and it's not available, we'll do our usual route.
You mean, so are they gonna charge people at the drink cart?
No, they're gonna have to do it, they're gonna have to do it.
I provide the hot chocolate.
Yeah.
So we'll find out about it, but I'm just gonna test the waters because I have no idea. So anyway, so we'll be there, most of us will be there at 4 o'clock, we'll get set up.
Mhm.
The tree lighting will be at 5 with the NFK kids, doing carols. Having fun with the outside in the cold. It was fun last year.
It was
fun.
wet, but it was fun.
It was wet.
I think this is something somewhat new that I kind of wanna, so usually the day after Thanksgiving, I think it's the day after Thanksgiving. We know it's Black Friday, but I also think that, what is the date? It's like, Small Business Friday. Where-
I don't think it's the day
I
after.
think it's Small Business Saturday.
Small
Yeah.
Business Saturday, I see what that is.
Yeah.
That's the 30th again?
Business.
Yeah.
Look at that, Small Business Saturday 2024. Okay, so small business Saturday would be really fun. Stalls on November 30th, having, dedicated to supporting mom and pop businesses, encourages customers to shop locally. So, I don't know how many of our businesses are aware of this program. It sure would be nice if there was a way we could get our businesses to be, open on the 6th at least. We could talk, at Small Business Saturday, probably won't make that work. But is there any way we can get the businesses to participate downtown? I mean, Kathy has asked them to stay open,
Yeah,
but they just don't seem to wanna do that.
well, I think big, for this year, you have some new businesses that might do it, and plus,
Think so, well,
it is
you're
not,
right.
this year it's better lighted, too, with these bigger businesses. Last year was pretty dark. There was nothing open, so there was no lighting of the city.
Well, along with that, what I would like to do is, you guys gave me some information about downtown window decorating commons. So, the first batch of information I had apparently got eaten by my computer at home, because it didn't download, and I deleted it, so that's my fault. But, one of the things I just want to point out, I really want to see how we can converse and get businesses to participate. So some of this thing, like I started a flyer, I just need the details, and I really was like deck the wall, but I was thinking about the seawall, even though they're not decorating the seawall, but I was thinking, how can we tie that in? Right. So, and then we'll just put the things down here, but then some of these had some really good ideas about what we wanted to do. So the biggest thing is they had some ideas for what types of contests I guess my first question is, do we wanna try to do this? I think this would be easy to throw together and distribute. My question is about the prizes. For example, one of these contests, they give you, one of them I was telling her, like, the city of Albany is doing one this year, where the first place winner gets $500 cash, and they get an Albany downtown gift card. So so we don't have a gift card situation. The second prize winner gets $250, and the third, I think, gets $100. There is funds in the budget if we wanna do that. It might be a really good kickstart.
The business license thing, remember we were talking about that one time, you could win a free business.
Yeah, we
license.
talked about that as well, is that with the business licensing going up to $125.
$150.
No, $150, thank you, what did I go?
So that's
$125?
third place. What was, okay, so second and first.
Third place.
Third place is
Maybe we don't have to go that high. With prizes.
What do you guys think? Zoe, you're downtown merchant, what do you think? I could talk to Bill Masella and see, because hopefully he'll now, when he's not on council anymore, he'll get that business association going, because I think the city really needs that.
Mhm.
But, I don't know,
So you're gonna have a business, if they're in first place, they actually get $500. I've never heard of that.
Yeah, I think
a
maybe
lot of
something
cities do it.
to encourage,
We
because a
already
lot of
did.
the businesses might not necessarily some of them, the business owners themselves are gonna decorate, but a lot of them are gonna have their employees decorate, so I think trying to encourage something that it's not just like a prize for,
The business owner.
yeah, the business owner is like a prize for the,
There is,
you know,
that's
the
a good
establishment.
point, because as we found out, a lot of the business owners do not even live here.
yeah.
So, the business license idea might not be quite as inviting as we initially think, because that's also a tax write-off.
And it's also to the
Business
business,
expense.
it's only the business owner that gets the benefit.
Yeah.
What about, like, giving them a gift certificate for a pizza party?
Who does pizza in our town?
We don't have it, the Horn does pizza, we could always say cobblestone, or, say pizza party, here's
Beach crust is great.
we'll pay, we'll give you a pizza party.
And
And then we
then
pick where we get it from, but we'll give you a pizza
Yeah.
party.
And would we offer the community
Alright.
hall as the
Oh, you
venue
can-
for them to have their pizza party?
No, I would say, and I've seen this done before, is that we take it to their, say, we're gonna do a pizza party, we're gonna get, how many employees do you have, we get 3 pizzas, come and have pizza.
I like cash.
At their location or, oh,
You
okay.
like what?
I like the cash.
Well, I do too, but it won't go to the employees, it's gonna
But
go.
Zoe brings up a good point,
Yeah.
the employees themselves that will end up doing the decorating will get no benefit from it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
But maybe the owner would share. part of the
Yeah.
schedule.
We never paid for it, we just did
You
first,
can't
second,
even
third
get some
place,
of
and
these
we got
others to hang
knocked out by
flyers on
council.
for events.
We got a plaque, you know?
So one thing back in the day for the tree lighting that was pretty cool was you used to go through all the shops. They were all open, but they gave out tickets and each shop had a drawing.
Or something in their store.
So that would bring people into the shop. Do you remember that?
I do, and we did something similar in Salem for several years. That was like a passport. And so the idea was that you got, something that you carried to each store, and they would stamp, that you had been in there, and you might also get like 5% off or something if you bought something while you were there. And then after you got your passport filled, you put that in a tub or something, and there was a drawing, and then then that person walking the street might win something also.
Right, but that is for people, visitors first. I'm talking about how do we encourage the businesses to participate in Light Up the Downtown? It didn't work last year offering them free support and lights. So how do we get them to participate in Light Up Downtown?
The pizza party is a good idea. Can we just pick a restaurant, one of our restaurants, and you have your choice of the Horn or this one or that one, that way it's complimentary, whatever, the city pays for it. But that was a destination,
Not to exceed.
$500.
You know, the nice thing about that, Robert, that you said is, pick one, the city's not picking it,
Right.
they're picking it. And no, we're not playing favorites that way either.
Well, okay, so what you're saying is like, okay, let's say first place winner gets up to like $100 at a restaurant of their choice. The second place winner gets up to $50 at a restaurant of their choice. Third place winner, 25 at the restaurant of their choice.
Yeah, except,
That's fine.
Yeah, but up those
What amounts are
numbers.
you thinking?
say again?
What amounts are you thinking?
Oh, I'm thinking 100, 200, and 300.
Okay. Of a restaurant of their choice, where? Downtown
Depoe
Depoe
Bay,
Bay?
downtown
Right.
Depoe Bay.
Within the city limits.
Got it? All right,
Unless you don't think that's enough money, guys.
I
Yeah,
think
I
that's
would think it's
fine.
enough money.
I think 300 is a pretty good idea.
the 300 is good, but for 100, you can only have 3 people and a dog or something, that's not a lot of
Oh,
money.
you can eat at Korean restaurant if there's only 2 employees.
That's why I mentioned the dog, but,
So I think, hey,
just serious, anyway,
I'm offended on their behalf. Because I eat there, they're delicious and sweet. They're very friendly folks.
yeah, I've been there twice.
They are sweet.
Hey, I went to Korea and they used to call it bulgogi. Bulgogi, they called it bulgogi. So I get.
So what do you guys think, what do you think about the numbers, do you wanna go a little higher?
I think 1, 2, 3 is a good start.
Okay.
And so
I
there would
think
be
about-
no cash prize, there would just be the restaurant thing.
Yeah,
We
cash
could
prize,
do,
you
we
make a
could
good point
do,
of cash.
listen, we could come up with a nifty, cool little, like, award that says you get to have this is your award you get to have for a year, that says, I was the winning shop.
Well, not
for
even,
Christmas
not
decorating
even for a
contest.
year, I think you
And then
can do,
next year, somebody else gets to have that first place, and
I don't think we can get into all that, we don't have enough time, guys.
yeah, that doesn't
Yeah.
really work, but we used to do, is basically one of those things you can probably print off your computer. It just says first place, second or third, and they get presented at council.
You know, I've got a
Mayor says-
bowling trophy that I could donate.
There you go.
so you can pick anything silly and call it the prize. I see this, I mean.
So do we
that-
think the numbers, do we agree on the numbers?
Okay.
Well, I have a question. So if we went with 300, 200, 100 for first, second, third, and let's say the people at, well, Windwalker to Lobby, whatever their gallery, whatever their gallery name, there's just him and his wife who work there. Let's say they win first prize and they win $300. And so, do they have to use that in one night, or is that like a gift card that they can use?
Just put it in,
I would-
whatever the
yeah,
restaurant
usually the
has.
businesses just do a gift
Yeah.
certificate, you can
Exactly.
use as much as
Okay,
those.
all right, that's what I wanted to make sure. 'Cause
absolutely.
We were talking about them sharing with their employees, some people don't have employees.
Then that's
some
still
people
good
just
for them if they
don't have.
win,
Yeah,
Yeah,
you know?
and they're artistic.
They can go
so
to
might
different
win.
places. That's a good idea though.
Who's
That's
gonna
the
judge all of this?
Yeah, I was gonna say,
I was gonna
who's
ask
judging
you.
it, when's judging?
We are,
There's some scheduled, so you guys wanna judge, okay,
That's
so
not
the
the criterion.
suggestions on these were, let's see, like for example, we wanna do December first.
well, I'll have to do it that night.
Judging?
Voting period or judging period, you guys can pick, like, for example, December 16th, I don't know what day that is that that's a Monday, we don't do Monday.
Why wouldn't you do it during tree lighting?
Because there's no way the businesses will get decorated by December 6th.
Yeah,
It's right around the corner,
yeah,
frighteningly so.
Yeah. So, the dates are really up to you guys, we would say that the application deadline is such and such, we can say that's December,
well, 16th is, you said it's a Monday?
yeah. December 1st could be the deadline to get their application in, to do it, to
If
participate.
you get this out passive, yeah.
And they have to be decorated by this date, or and the judging will take
No,
place
I like the
on this.
16th,
Mhm.
and then we go out that night, or we go out
We could
Tuesday, whatever.
present it on the 17th at the community hall.
Yeah, the community potluck would be where the announcements.
Oh,
would be.
perfect.
We haven't gotten to the
Great
date, we haven't
idea.
gotten to that
I
date
like
yet.
Thank you, Mayor.
Yeah, so the community potluck is on December 17th at 5 PM in the community hall. Like I said, this will all be on the schedule I give you guys, you can write it down, I'm gonna give you a schedule.
Okay, good. Yeah,
I'm gonna
thank you.
give the city a schedule is what I'm gonna do, not
Good.
just. So you can-
When are we gonna judge?
The day before the.
Oh, this.
That Monday, the 16th.
Was it? Okay.
So the decorating, they'll have to be done by the 15th, and judging will be on
Okay, yeah, the
the
15th,
16th.
that's Sunday.
And the award announcement will be at the community potluck
Yeah.
on the 17th.
What week did we decorate last year?
It was the,
2 weeks before Christmas?
yeah, it was,
No, we were before that. 2 weeks before.
yeah, oh, yeah, no, it was Thanksgiving week.
It was Thanksgiving.
Oh, that's where we started, but we didn't quite finish that,
Yeah.
that's right, yeah. We started that weekend after Thanksgiving.
All right, so 16th and 17th, that's good.
And are we gonna just put out to apply, or are we gonna bring every business an application? Just bring it
Depends
on.
on who feels like walking the streets.
I can walk the street.
Yeah,
Debbie's
I
that
can
way.
do it too.
Again?
Yeah.
I think it might get more
Oh, it
engagement
will.
if like, here's the
Absolutely.
application, you know, fill it out by this
Yeah, I bring
date,
it home.
and this is the prizes.
Yes.
We can also get a list of the people who actually have these downtown physical locations in the store and send them an email with the application.
That
We
too.
could do both.
And that would get,
Even if we double book like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
I'd
I
like
don't
some-
mind walking downtown.
Yeah, I don't either.
Yeah.
I like it, so.
So I would suggest that we don't just tell them a day that they have to be, decorations have to be complete. We include a time in that also. So say for instance, if it's the 15th that they have to be completed by,
5 o'clock.
yeah, 5 o'clock, that doesn't mean that they close up the shop at 5 o'clock and then start their decorating and
Right.
work until midnight. So we need to
Well,
let
we-
them know
we-
when the decoration is
Yeah.
complete and what time.
What if that's
we
the
will
only
be
time
done.
they have
We're
available?
gonna
Just
tell
make the
them
deadline
that
the
judging will start
judging.
Monday at, say, 10 AM.
Yeah.
Then it's up to them to,
We're gonna judge
Decorate.
during the
No,
daytime,
we're not
when
gonna
lights
judge it
start
till-
coming
I know,
on,
just-
yeah, no,
no.
at night,
I know how it's going to be, but if you tell them by 10, they're gonna be done.
right, okay.
You tell them 5, they'll be out
Got
there at 4:30. We had people doing it, I'm like, you're done.
Yeah,
That's
they
why
don't
we
need
make
to
the
know when
deadline
you're
the day
coming by.
before,
Yeah,
judging is the day after the deadline.
you guys will be going out
yeah,
as you will. You
Yeah.
can either go out as a group,
yeah.
in which case if you do that, I just wanna throw a quick notice that you guys will be doing this as a group. Or you do it individually and I'll get you a scorecard.
Yep.
Do we wanna have any categories or do we wanna do what one city did, which is the best, the second best,
Yeah,
the
that's-
third?
That's
And
easier the
it's
first
gonna be
year.
based on you
Yeah.
guys deciding among
Yeah, that's
yourself
easier.
who the best is.
Yeah,
The only thing you have to do if we go with more than 4 of us, you just have to notice the city, because it's almost like a meeting.
Well, it's easy, all I have to do is throw something up on the website
Okay,
that
good.
says you guys will be getting together.
I would rather go together if you guys don't mind, if we can coordinate something,
I like that too, that sounds like fun.
team building,
so we can make some more cookies, it's
exactly,
perfect.
I'll bring cookies.
Do you run into problems, businesses closed that Monday? Or no?
Their chance, they lose it if they close.
Yeah,
Yeah, if they're applying,
Right.
if they're putting, doing the
If
application,
they're
they're
really
knowing
hard,
the.
they're on the rules, they're gonna know.
right, yeah,
Okay, well, we're gonna need to start this soon.
Yeah,
When are you
like
gonna get the
tomorrow.
applications done?
For the application, I'm gonna steal downtown Christmas, from, Personal, Texas. So I'll just throw out the details and steal their
Nobody cares,
application.
I have a little time on
Good.
Friday.
Do you?
That's okay.
John's here.
I know. After John.
He's here till, usually these are around two, we have Collins catwalk. Catwalk,
Collins Street.
walk there? No, we haven't
Oh, no.
ordered that yet. Bay Street, the Bay Street, unless you wanna go to that too, the Bay Street construction kickoff is on Friday at 2.
Oh, okay.
So, we could probably maybe do it after 3?
That's just a you thing, right?
Yeah, this is just us, her and I.
Okay, so we have nothing to talk about this, all right. Then somebody mentioned to me that they had to leave, so. Anything else we're talking about as far as, any new business?
That's the question, with all this information that you've given me, how do you feel about me throwing this stuff together and running with it, or do you wanna see it all? Not this holiday stuff, not the brick program, you see the brick program all the time. Are you okay with going off of what we said and
Absolutely.
running with it
Yeah.
without having another meeting?
Absolutely.
Okay,
We don't have time for the meeting.
okay, Kathy and I will finalize the details on that, so.
Perfect.
And then the
And
next,
you're talking specifically about the lighting competitions.
yeah, the holiday.
Can you
Okay.
send that out to us?
Yep.
Email it.
And the calendar,
And will you email or you guys are gonna hand deliver the applications?
we will hand deliver
Okay.
and email.
Okay.
Cool.
And if I don't have my calendar with
If
me,
you want
but
some
if
company,
I'm
yeah, you know,
available on Friday, I'd be happy to help walk around town hall.
There you go.
Oh, that'd be
Okay,
great.
so if I can't do it, what time do you wanna do it, Kathy?
Just send me an email once you decide,
Kathy, when you decide what time, let me know and I'll send them right in.
Okay,
and then I think I'm free all day Friday.
Okay.
okay.
I'm never free, but I'm inexpensive.
So this is what else we got started here. Food potluck, that's one way.
What time is good for you guys? You wanna do it like at 10 o'clock in the morning?
They don't wanna do it that early, Kathy. She's such an early riser.
Maybe, like, cause I think a lot of the businesses don't open till after.
Maybe
How
after
about 1 o'clock?
Maybe 1 o'clock, Todd said.
1 o'clock, okay. Got it.
1 o'clock, Todd.
So 1 o'clock this
It's
Friday.
all hand out the-
And where are we meeting at?
Where do you want to meet?
Here.
This
Yeah,
Friday?
you need for some people.
I'll give you I'm gonna give you, I'm gonna have the application, a flyer, and then I will have the schedule of events.
Oh, great. Can we pass that out to businesses?
Yep.
Okay.
And ask them to hang them, so people around coming into town and that might be here over these time periods could, well, be more than welcome to join us.
Perfect.
The other thing is that on the 7th and 8th is the craft fair. I've opened it up to the people who were doing it last year. I don't have a lot of people sign up for it yet, probably because they're waiting to the last minute. But I'm gonna tell them that if I don't get their information soon, I'm gonna open it up to everybody, and I'm sure I'll fill it. I got 4 people confirmed, 2 of them from last year, 2 of them from new, 3 of them. 3 of them from last year, 2 new, so that have heard about it and reached out to me.
Good.
I think it'll be a big thing.
If people are interested, do we give them your reporter email
Give them my
address?
order information.
Okay. Because I do see from time to time, I see people asking on the local community pages and like from Newport and whatnot, if anybody knows of any craft fair availability. I have no idea what kind of work they do. Some of them looks good though.
So, I'm charging $10 per table per day, so if they want 1 table on Saturday and Sunday, they pay 20. We're going to take out of that whatever it would have cost to rent the fee, had we been somebody, and anything else will go into the parks kitty.
Go.
Great, yeah.
The parks committee event kitty kind of thing.
Awesome.
Anybody have anything else to share?
I have something for new business that I'd like to bring up. So, our city councilor, Valerie Silburn, I think everyone knows that her husband passed away just about a week and a half ago, very quickly once he eventually was diagnosed. And I know that the bench program is now defunct. Is there any room for another bench to be added? There is a place,
We don't have the benches. They're not available.
the benches are not available.
And I think there has to be really, really specific occasion to even attempt to try to do this, simply because I'm sorry that he passed away,
Yeah,
but if
such
we
a
open it
president.
up to him, you might as well open up the entire bench.
Right, and I thought that also.
Mhm.
I did tell her that I would bring it up to the committee. I wasn't especially encouraging about it, but at the same time, I'm sympathetic, so I got a big old soft heart, so if there was any way, I wanted to.
She could do what everybody else is doing, is just put a memorial
Right.
plenty of room up there.
There is a special spot that they used to sit a lot, and I think she just kind of sentimentally and romantically thought that that would be a cool thing.
Okay, speaking of something similar, we never got back, it's been over a year since we had the family here about their mother's tombstone / whatever, over by the seal.
I just need to finalize it. Do you know where they wanna go? I did talk to them about a month ago.
Oh, okay.
So I found this cute little spot, it was city engineers here, it was out by, where Andrew Boas is doing that construction on the end of,
Oh, yeah.
what street is that?
Harney?
Harney.
Harney. You go down Harney and between a beautiful house, which I think is, I told was Embry's house, anyway, it's a beautiful house, and the business is a little pocket park. And there's a bench there, naked bench. So I talked to them about that, because what was holding it up for me was they were supposed to get back to me and let me know where they wanted that.
Well, since it's something we're doing, you can't give them just all these options.
Yeah, so they're happy with this bench that I told them about.
Okay.
Yeah, I sent them an email, they said they love the
Oh,
idea.
okay.
I don't think they were supposed to get back with me on the text thing.
Okay, I just wanna make sure we finish that up and before this coming summer and it's all cleaned up and what have you.
Yeah.
All right, good, thank you for the update.
Yeah, I forgot about that, I forgot to update you guys on that, yeah, because that had been delayed for a while, so, but
All right, perfect.
finally we got some movement on it.
Yeah, I don't know exactly where you're talking about, so I have to go look at it.
Yeah,
It's a sweet little
it's
bench
right, so
spot.
Harney goes straight, and then it goes like this, right? It
Oh, okay.
looks like you're walking in somebody's yard.
Yeah, there's,
But just keep, it's
there's a
really
giant
cool.
Tudor style house that basically, I can't even believe they got permits for that, cause I don't think there's 10 feet between, I don't think that's up to code.
Probably not. They probably got a variance.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know.
Thank you
And
for
personally, I
that.
hate that house, I think it's hideous.
It's actually got a great view of the
It does.
coast there, it's
It
really
does.
neat.
Well, thank you for that information. That being said, it is now 1:10 and our meeting is adjourned.
Thanks, everybody.
I keep telling you I have
You know, this has
sent
been
you
probably
that
the best
list
meeting
that
that
I
I've been to
have from when I
in
was
2 years.
Coming up,
Oh, yeah.
to the salmon bank.
I
And
know.
then last night, I realized I still hadn't done that.
That's because
and
we
I
finally
thought,
have
"Oh, I'll
a
just print it out and take it to her."
committee, a commission, and we have
And then
steady
got
people
some
and we
last
all
night.
have great ideas.
I think I was operating on about an hour and a half sleep right now.